Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever the time is as you watch this video. I greet you and wish you a happy day. Those of you who are watching me right now belong to one of three categories. Category number one is that you belong to people who speak excellent, fluent English. And if you are one of those who speak excellent English, I congratulate you, but still, you need to keep going, you need to keep learning, keep improving, because as humans, learning accompanies us all the time. We never stop learning. We never say we have had enough, because we're never enough of learning. Category number two is that you don't speak. People don't speak. They don't do this for several reasons. They are either shy or afraid to make mistakes, or they're just a little bit cocky, So there is no need to be afraid to talk because you believe that you make mistakes, because the truth is that making mistakes is unavoidable. We all make mistakes every day, whether when we talk, whether when we do our jobs, out of schools or universities. We just make mistakes, and we never be ashamed of the mistakes we make, because we'll learn from these mistakes and we keep going. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be cocky, of course, because if you are, that's a big problem. And this is a problem, and it's a big problem. But remember, there is always a solution to every problem in this life. And the solution is that you should open your mouth and start to speaking. Because the truth is, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Meaning that even if I'm your teacher, I'm going to give you every knowledge I have, every skills you need to have, but still, if you don't open your mouth and start talking, that would be a problem. So you have to get rid of fear, shyness, cockiness, and start talking. That's the only way. The only way to improve talking is through talking. This is category number two. Category number three is that you talk, you speak, but you make a lot of mistakes. This is a problem as well, but I think it's not a big deal, because as time passes, you're going to identify the problems and you're going to work on them, and sooner or later, you're going to deal with them. So the advice is that if you're one of the people who talk, but they make mistakes, I encourage you and urge you to go on and keep talking, keep doing what you've been doing. I'm sure that you'll wake up someday, find yourself improving, and you no longer make mistakes. And make no mistakes. And remember, the mistakes I'm talking about, not only grammatical mistakes, but they're also mistakes related to the accent. You find some people, they speak excellent English, grammatically, of course, from the perspective of the structure, the grammatical structure whatsoever, but still they have bad accents. So you have to be working on your accent so that you can develop and you can improve. Now, whether you're one of the people who don't speak, or whether you're one of the people who speak but make mistakes, the answer to this problem always remains that you should keep talking. You should start talking. You should start talking. Now, what might ask, who am I going to speak with? Well, you have to find somebody to talk with. Somebody could be a friend, family member, relative, a co-worker, somebody you trust, somebody you feel comfortable talking with. And you can do this face to face or via phone calls. Face to face conversations are very beneficial, but the reality always is that you never get to find somebody to meet and talk with all the time you want, because people are busy and moving from one place to another is always difficult. And so you should not rely upon face-to-face conversation because it might be a little bit difficult. You should also use phone conversations. They're beneficial, they're helpful, you improve with time. And at some points, in some cases, you have to talk to yourself. You have to record yourself and listen to yourself in a quiet environment to see how much you improve. And if you still keep repeating the same mistakes every time you try to get rid of those mistakes, and with time, as I said, you are going to improve. Stop it. All in all, regardless of the category you belong to, all you need to do is to keep working hard. Keep working on your English language, writing, reading, speaking, and listening. And I assure you that you are going to improve. You are going to speak excellent, fluent English someday, somewhere. You never give up. You never give on. All you need to do is to go on, and you have to find out problems. You have to identify the problems and work on them. You're, just like I said in my last lecture, I said you're the mister and the master of your life. You control your life. You are the driver behind the wheel. So all you need to do is to see the mistakes you make when you talk, and you keep talking. Now, before I end the lecture, I want you to subscribe to my channel so that you can receive notifications about new lectures. And I would like to tell you that my next lectures are going to be about the problems I talked about, such as grammatical problems and accent problems. And you have to stay tuned so that you watch those lectures, and I assure you they're very, very beneficial. Okay, there are a few phrases and expressions I have used in this video. You might not know their meanings. I would like to explain those expressions and phrases and words to you. Okay, phrase number one: have or has the guts. If someone has the guts, it means the person is courageous and has the ability to do something. It means the person is not afraid of doing something. Now, I have the guts to make this video so that you can have some benefit. It means I am not afraid of making this video. I am not afraid of talking to you. So you have to have the guts to speak English. Number two, unavoidable. What do we mean by unavoidable? If something unavoidable, it means it is nowhere, it's no way going to happen. For example, failure is unavoidable. Everybody fails. You fail, I fail, we all fail at some point of our lives, and we get to learn from those failures. So failure is unavoidable. Making mistakes while you're talking is unavoidable. So if you make mistakes while you're talking, don't be afraid, don't panic, just keep going. Number three, not a big deal. What do we mean by not a big deal? Like I said, making mistakes while you're talking is not a big deal. It means it's not an important thing, it's not a huge thing, it's not a big thing, because everybody does it, everybody makes a mistake. So if you make a mistake, remember, it's not a big deal, just do it, try to improve every time, try to work on these mistakes. Number four, make no mistakes. What do we mean by make no mistakes? Make no mistakes means rest assured, means be assured, means make sure, means know this. For example, I say make no mistakes, the mistakes that people make when they talk, they're not just grammatical, but they're also related to accent and whatsoever. So make no mistake means be assured. Number 6, and finally, he or she or it has something to do with. Has or have something to do with means has or have a relation with something. So the making grammatical mistakes has something to do with the fact that the person doesn't learn a lot. Not being able to talk has something to do with the fact that the person is afraid or shy or cocky. Okay? This is all about today. I meet you in my next lecture. My next lecture is going to be about the problems I talked about today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.